The Jackson County Community Long-Term Recovery Group is focused specifically on recovery from the 2020 Almeda and South Obenchain fires. As part of our work, we really put a lot of energy behind developing a disaster recovery plan. That disaster recovery plan is called Rogue Reimagined. It is the nation's first multi-jurisdictional disaster recovery plan. So the Jackson County Community Long-Term Recovery Group exists to unite gaps with resources. So we convene recovery partners across Jackson County to identify where there are barriers or gaps to recovery, and then we advocate both at the local, state, and federal level for resources necessary to ensure an equitable and full recovery. One of our big efforts is around housing. So we host a housing recovery work group that is looking at housing solutions for fire survivors and for the region, because we know that we have had historical underbuilding, which means that the demand on existing housing stock is incredibly high. And so we're convening partners to really look at marrying housing production with land availability. And so we are finding these plots around the county and figuring out ways to marry them with some of the developers so that we can bring on more housing across the full spectrum. We also host a function called the Unmet Needs Table, where we convene funders to hear cases that have been brought forward by disaster case managers on behalf of survivors and their recovery plans. And so in 2022, we were able to provide $2 million to 364 individuals and households to help them come home. And we may not know the impacts we make on every individual, but we see them throughout the process. And it's those small wins that keep us all in the game.